In the quiet heart of Nebraska, where the land stretches out in every direction and neighbors are miles apart, Henry Mitchell had lived his entire life. A retired farmer in his late 60s, he was known for his calm nature and deep roots in the soil he'd worked for decades. One morning, Henry got a call from his old friend Joshua, a nearby rancher. Joshua sounded nervous. He said he'd found something strange on Henry's east field. Something big, a hole. Not just a crack in the ground or a small sinkhole, but something much deeper. He asked if Henry had seen it, but Henry hadn't been on that part of his land in weeks. Curious and a little concerned, Henry drove out to the spot. The land there was flat and open, as it had always been, until now. What he saw stopped him cold. In the middle of his familiar field was a giant hole, nearly 20 feet wide. It didn't look like a natural sinkhole. The edges were too clean, too round, and the deeper part of it seemed to fade into darkness that no sunlight could touch. Joshua was already there, pacing near the edge. "I told you," he said. "It wasn't here a week ago." Henry peered inside. At first it seemed empty, but as his eyes adjusted, he noticed something. The walls of the hole weren't made of just earth. They were lined with smooth, stone-like slabs, almost like old bricks, and far below it looked like the shaft opened into a much larger space. A hidden cavern. Henry felt a chill, but instead of turning back, he tied a climbing rope to a large rock, grabbed a flashlight, and nodded to Joshua. "Let's take a look." Together they slowly descended into the hole. The deeper they went, the colder it got. The air changed, still, heavy, and oddly metallic. As they neared the bottom, their flashlights revealed what looked like old carved walls, symbols etched into stone, and narrow tunnels that stretched into pitch darkness. This isn't natural," Joshua whispered. "What is this place?" Henry stepped forward and suddenly froze. In front of them, partially buried in the dirt, was what looked like a door, but not a wooden or metal door. This one was made of something smooth, almost like glass, and behind it, they could see movement. A figure, small, pale, watching them, and it moved. Henry's heart nearly stopped. "Nope," he said quickly, backing away. "We're done. We are done." Without a second thought, he tugged on the rope and climbed out as fast as he could. Joshua followed, silent, shaken. Back on solid ground, Henry didn't hesitate. He got in his truck and called the police. "I found something on my land," he told them, "and I don't think it's from this time." When authorities arrived, they blocked off the area. For hours they searched, brought in equipment, even scientists. But strangely, by the next day, the hole was filled in. The ground had collapsed, or something had closed it. The official report said it was an unusual but natural land collapse. But Henry and Joshua knew better. They knew what they saw. To this day, Henry refuses to go near that field. He doesn't farm it, doesn't walk past it. And when people ask why, he simply says, "Some things are better left buried." If that story gave you chills, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Bobby Tense for more real-feeling mysteries and chilling discoveries you won't forget.